Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to MiSpot, where we balance, heal, and activate who we truly are. All right, empresses and emperors. This message video almost didn't happen, only because I don't know. I guess I've been tired, but I don't know. You know how you just kind of have a way that you want to get things done, and things just weren't necessarily working out that way. And it really wasn't even like situations or anything like physical or 3D. It was more so just the feeling. Like I was either tired or it didn't feel like it was gonna be a whole lot to like set up, but it felt like my stomach was cramping. So it's like I just didn't want to be uncomfortable in the situation. So as you may or may not know, well, first let me back up and just tell people why I'm even doing this. The who, the when, the why, the what, all of that good stuff. Because people don't know who I am. Some of you do. And with that, if you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I appreciate you for all your love and support. I would also appreciate if you would like, share, comment, subscribe if you aren't already. Just to confirm that the energy over here is resonating, and that we can continue to pick up on, the whole energy, half the energy deck just fell on the floor. Okay, see what I'm saying? But we're gonna take it as a sign. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I got them all. We're gonna take it as a sign with Archangel Gabriel on the top. So I would say that I definitely get that a lot of us, possibly who have taken the time to do our healing work. And I have new hair, obviously, but I'm always gonna have new hair. You know, new hair, new holiday, new year, who this? Okay, that's my energy. This deck has been interesting lately, so I'm just gonna leave it here. But I think that I hope and pray that most of you are feeling, or all of you really are feeling, your power. You're feeling empowered. You're feeling valued, or you at least feel like your life is elevating or becoming more valuable to you, or that you're definitely moving into a place of abundance. You know, abundance doesn't just mean physical money or wealth, but peace, balance, harmony, okay, celebration, partnership, union, solid foundations, okay, creating a home that is a sweet home, creating an environment around you that is of love and light, and surrounded with those that you are genuinely connected with. Might be onto something. Those that are genuinely connected with you in spirit. Okay, that's where it starts. It starts inside, and then it radiates out. It does not mean that life is perfect. It does not mean that we won't come across problems or challenges. However, when you're surrounded by love and peace and harmony, you can handle challenges differently. And when you're surrounded by those who love you and are physically connected to you, they make your load easier, lighter. Okay? That's my prayer. That's my message. There's a lot of moving towards peace in the energy, at least from what I can tell. So Let's see what the Moonology deck has to say to us. So we're going to do a little bit of learning together. Go ahead and ground your energy. Taking deep breaths in. Always give yourself at least 3 deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Checking in with our spine. Raising our palms to the sky. Allowing spirit and the universe, source, divine source, to know that we are open and receptive. In and out. In and out. Allow yourself to open your heart. Bring your awareness to your heart space, located right in the middle of your chest. And just feel it expand. Allow it to open. Okay? As you breathe in and breathe out. Any blockages in our heart space, with every exhale, release it. You can even say to yourself, I release fear. I release anger. I release frustration. I release insecurity. I release blockages to abundance. I release blockages to peace. And allow ourselves to connect with what we're inhaling and bringing in. Love, abundance, prosperity. And as you check in with every exhale, scanning ourselves from our crown all the way down to our root, allowing our bodies to feel more and more relaxed, releasing tension, stress, strain, pain, tightness, releasing it all now. Just allow ourselves to allow our energetic roots to penetrate the earth all the way down into her warm red center, wrapping around that red crystal ball of warmth, security, support, and stability, peace, prosperity, love. Allow Mother Earth to just absorb all of what you please and what you intend to release today. All of the things that hold us back, we release and give back to Mother Earth as she grounds us, provides a solid foundation, a solid footing of stability and security in spirit and on earth. We take this moment to thank Mother Earth and our spirit teams for always supporting us and being our source of grounding. I am connected. I am balanced. I am grounded. And when you're ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back to the room by wiggling your toes, fluttering your fingers, and slowly opening your eyes. Thank you, Spirit. It is done. Lovely. Okay, so it's a third quarter moon. Moving into the new moon, which will be on the 30th of December. I believe third quarter moons are, well, let's just read. Sorry, I'm also trying to get the temperature in here right. All right, third quarter moon, reevaluate, reevaluate, balance, trust. I hope that that's connecting, because this has definitely been a time of reevaluation for me. And like I was saying earlier, you kind of probably can see that you've made room, like you're clearing out all the, I want to call it karmic, but just blockages, just things that slow you down, hold you back, things that are just stopping you from being fully open to what God and the Holy Spirit is moving you and pushing us into. Okay? So hopefully you've been finding some time to just sit back and reflect, meditate, maybe even journal, but definitely taking a moment to put things in perspective. Okay? Balancing things out, balancing the scales. You know, when we tap into our heart space, what does the scale look like? Is it leaning more to the left? Is it leaning more to the right? Does it appear to be pretty balanced, where we're able to love ourselves and love others? We're able to show up in a way that respects ourselves and respects others. Okay? Checking in and doing that heart chakra assessment. Asking ourselves the questions when we sit with ourselves and we bring our awareness and our attention to our heart center. Whatever we're feeling, asking ourselves, why? What is this? Who could be a part of this? And then allowing ourselves to identify the blocks, the low vibrational energy, and releasing it. Okay? Expanding our consciousness by opening our hearts. Maybe it's a space where we need to love ourselves more. You know, we almost can't get enough. But there's a balance when it comes to us learning to show up for others. And we can only really do that when we've learned to show up for ourselves. Okay? I hope that feels good. So balance and trust. Okay? Trusting self. Trusting the spirit and the light that is within you. Don't dim your light or block out your light for anyone. Okay? That allows the enemy to win. Okay? They hurt us and then we turn into them. And I get it. I get it. But it only holds us back, which is exactly what the intention was. Misery loves company, okay? So if misery is down and out, broke down, hurt, angry, anger is an emotion, by the way. But that spirit, that energy likes to surround itself because it's codependent. And that's really what the biggest message that I've been getting is that I know personally I have been working through my wounds of codependency, which I have also tied to inner child wounds. And the more I heal myself from codependency, the more I'm realizing how much my younger self, my inner child, has had to be loved on and not abandoned, not rejected, not feeling less than. Okay? And we'll dig into what that means, but let's just do that now since it's here. I have to breathe and exhale sometimes when I start to open myself up because I can feel the heaviness. And it's not even like a fear. It's more like it's coming up to be released. I can't even identify the feeling all the time. I just know that something feels off or not in agreement, not in alignment. Okay? I could go to let's just ask Siri. Hey Siri, what is codependency? Codependency, psychological condition involving excess emotional dependence on another person. In psychology, codependency is a theory that attempts to explain imbalanced relationships where one person enables another person's self-destructive behavior, such as addiction, poor mental health, immaturity, irresponsibility, or underachievement. I mean, pick one, right? Do we want to be in that energy? Do we want to surround ourselves with people that hold us there? Or do we want to grow? And listen, if you are not here for growth, I'm not the girl for you, okay? I'm not the girl. You might as well just switch off now. But if you're here for growth and you know that your life is meant to be more than maybe what it feels like or what it looks like right now, you could be releasing some feelings of codependency. I mean, those are some very powerful words. Unfortunately, it went away, but I can probably get it back up. But let's also ask Siri for the definition of inner child wounds. Hey Siri, what's the definition of inner child wounds or inner child healing? The inner child is the part of the personality that has been molded by the directions on how to act to be loved that the person receives in childhood. Painful experiences and lack of nurturing in dysfunctional families wound the inner child and contaminate adult experiences. The term has therapeutic applications in counseling and health settings. So it's that you have to do something in order to be loved. It's like love is a reward, where we all deserve to be loved. Point blank, period. Okay? Love, I think, is unfortunately or has unfortunately gotten a bad name because of these types of energies. Because of inner child wounds and codependency, where we try to attach ourselves to people. And I mean, I'm gonna go a little deep. That inner child wound will have you out here having a child with somebody to keep them in our lives. That inner child wound will have you thinking that you can only be abundant or successful or prosperous because you are of who you're attached to. It can, but it can also be the exact opposite. Okay? When we are not aware and we're not allowing ourselves to do the self-reflection, to do the self-evaluation, and to really just reflect on our actions, on our choices, being responsible for the decisions that we make, okay? When we don't allow ourselves that, we're not self-aware. And I'm going to find the statistic. I know that there's a guy that I see pop up on YouTube about how many people in the world believe that they are self-aware versus how many people actually are. Let's see if Siri can give us something. Hey Siri. What are the statistics around people being self-aware?
Studies have shown that only 10 to 15% of people are truly self-aware. The rest, up to 95%, think they are self-aware. This is from muda.edu and thecut.com.
Only 10 to 15% of people are truly self-aware. The rest, up to 95%, think they are self-aware. There it goes right there. And that kind of also helps us understand that this is not to mean that we have to treat people differently or any of that. That's when we continue to show up for ourselves, when we realize that we can't show up for another person the way that they may need in that moment. We realize that most of the time we can't go there because you're not dealing with someone who can actually speak from that place because they haven't done the work there. Okay? So I hope that that actually kind of helps to set the tone. For me, I believe that the more that I sit, the more that I open myself, the more that I reflect, even when it's hard and challenging, those are the most powerful times, because I truly believe that faith is most exercised during the challenges. It's easy to have faith when things are going good and sweet. That's why sometimes we forget. We get in a position where we think that life is good and we get comfortable and we forget about God, right? We think that we got it under control. And then some of us are the opposite, where we still give back to God. We still are thankful. We still, show reverence to how far we've come. But oftentimes it can get our ego can step in and think that we're in control of something. And sometimes it's a really hard fall, back down to reality or rock bottom or back down to earth, where we think we get high and mighty and we are God, or we can do what God does. And sometimes God will come and strip it all away to make us realize that it's really Him, that's working through us. God shows up through people. We are the body, okay? This is the experience. God is within you. We make up the body, all right? Felt like there was something else I wanted to give there, but I believe it will be fine and it will come back up. All right, so I hope that that's good. It actually feels better for me that we got that out. So I say, if you've made it this far in this message, that you probably have done the work to heal codependency and inner child wounds, or you're being warned and reminded to. Okay? All right. Holy Spirit, ancestors of divine love and healing light, please protect us as we balance and heal and activate the energy that's for our best and highest good. Anything that's not for our best and highest good, we ask Archangel Michael and our divine spirit teams to close, shut, lock, and block those doors in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Okay, let's see here. So, Christmas is upon us. And thank you, Spirit. Christmas is upon us, and I'm realizing, this season, I'm actually, what's the word? Just, I guess my energy is more, don't stress it. And I don't want to say I've never really felt stressed around Christmas. I try to release stress as much as I possibly can, but it's different because I know that I feel like the energy of what the earth is doing in this moment, it could be astrology, but I just feel like this is a time of nesting. This is a time of getting in routine and being consistent, okay? Consistently building. However, the world, society, whatever we want to call it, here on Earth, this 3D realm, this time of year has us outside in the cold, in the dark, spending our money, almost working against the energy. And there was a young lady, I do not follow her, she just popped up on my Instagram, but she was explaining how we're going against the energy of trying to manifest gifts and all these things to create moments of happiness, of excitement and surprise for those that we love during the time where we really should be stacking, harvesting, So it gives me a different vibe, which I can appreciate, okay? All right, a fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. And look, I made these cards, and Aries is on the top. So fiery energy. Look at this. I guess we're not supposed to have music right now. See? That's what we're doing. You just decided you don't want to. Okay, that's fine. Maybe it's time to be quiet. On the bottom, be bold and make the first move. This came out last time or time before last. I'll find out and I'll link it. So I love confirmation. I love full circle moments. I love when I know that I know God is speaking to me. I love when my spirit team shows me things, whether it be numerology or different synchronicities. I see things in threes. Things are confirmed in threes, but it could even be a vision, a dream, a feeling, a sensation, something I hear. I mean, it goes on and on. I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick and Nas lately, which helps to ground my energy because I try to be in spirit as often as I can, but I know that I can also be in the clouds. My head can be in the clouds. I'm a dreamer. I'm a master manifester. So I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always 10 steps ahead in my mind. But it's benefited me. However, I'm always listening to frequency music, and it's you know what? Let me get back to my rap, because I do love rap. I love hip hop. I love music, period. But Kendrick and Nas have been on the playlist over the past few days, and they really help to ground me. And I love them. Okay, let's read. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So we just came out of Sag season, fire sign, right? Winter solstice is here. Something else about these solstice. versus the equinox. So we've learned, or I've learned, and I want to share with you, 30 on the clock, 30 minutes, exactly, that the solstice represents change, or the solstices represent change, whereas the equinox are actual like shifts or changes. Okay, so spring and fall are transition seasons. They're seasons of change and transition, whereas winter and summer are the extremes. So they're the equinoxes. Okay, so we went from the winter solstice, and then there will be a spring equinox, right? Did I explain that right? Maybe I should ask Siri. So I guess ending the absolute season and going into the transition. So we came out of a transition season of fall, leaves changing, harvesting, things like that, a gathering, it's work. And we're moving into winter, right? Where it's, if you're not hibernating, it's more kind of the same, but in a more relaxed, I guess, state, maybe. And then, so this is the absolute season. Let's just ask. I feel like I'm not explaining it in a good way. Hey Siri, what's the difference between the solstices and the equinoxes?
Just remember that solstices are the longest and shortest days of the year, while equinoxes occur when the day and night are equally as long.
Oh.
This answer is from Britannica.
Solstices are the longest and shortest days of the year, where equinoxes occur when the day and night are equally as long. Okay, thank you. So that says, but I there's also that shift of the solstice, I believe. Anyway, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time with that. You can go look it up, but it's an alignment of what's happening earthly, environmentally, astrologically, yeah. And just using that understanding to our benefit when it comes to working with the natural energy that God has given us here on earth. Okay. All right. So like I was saying, we've moved from Sag into the energy of Capricorn, and there's that fiery energy is still here, you know. And you could be feeling that passion, that empowerment. Like I hope you're feeling like the Billy Badass that you are. Okay. The other thing about Aries is that Aries represents the new year, the true new year, spring. Okay, where things are blooming and changing again. Winter is about death, right? Things are dying. We go into the soil. We go into the darkness. But we're going there to plant seed. Okay? So, all right. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Ooh. So, I was talking about earlier, like how we have to reflect and ask ourselves, What decisions did we make for the things that are happening around us? If we're not ultimately happy, at peace, and feel like we're bringing in the love and abundance and peace and prosperity that we desire, or that is connecting with our souls, then what decisions have we made that have blocked that? And what are we going to do now that we know? You know, Oprah said, when we know better, we do better. Maybe that was Maya Angelou. But when we know better, we do better, right? That's why knowledge is important. That's why learning is important, right? We are forever students of life. So I won't give too much of my spiel, but let's keep going. Attune to the moon. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Additional meanings for this card. Being assertive is good. Just don't ride roughshod over anyone. Okay? If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this could be the issue. It says, don't be a baby with an exclamation point. So it's yelling at you. Don't be a baby. And in parentheses, sorry, but this could be the issue. You need to have more fun, exclamation point. The teaching. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt. All right. So be assertive, but just don't roughshod, ROUGHSHOD over anyone. So I guess that means like be assertive, but don't just be plowing over people. Don't run over people. Balance. Showing up for ourselves, showing up for others. That's that heart space, okay? Learning when to kind of dial it up and dial it down. However you want to look at it. Your upper heart or your lower heart, okay? I look at the upper heart as self and the lower heart as others or connected to the earth. Meditation, okay? If we're in a tense situation, meditating our way to peace. Don't be a baby. Heal your inner child. Stop throwing tantrums, okay? Stop acting like a kid. Stop responding the way you would have as a child, okay? 811. Trying. Oh, here we go. Sweet. But you see that? You see what just happened there? I hit play 4 times at first. But they wanted this message to be heard. So somebody need to hear that. And if you need to hear that, give me some fire emojis or something in the comments, okay? All right, and needing to have more fun. Loving on ourselves, moving towards what brings us happiness and peace and love. Stop denying ourselves of love. Love is not the enemy, okay? Love is not the enemy. That is what the enemy wants you to think. That is what the enemy wants you to believe. If it ain't jiving, it ain't in alignment, it's not love, baby, okay? Yes, sometimes loving someone can come with a price. That's very true. But that doesn't mean that we chalk it all up to love. That's that experience. Sometimes we can love someone and then it changes. Okay? All right. So things could get a little fiery right now, all right? So don't be scared because you already know. So when it comes, peep it. God showed me this. Haki Kiki showed me this. She told me, she warned me. So now that I know better, I can do better. I can show up better for myself and for others, okay? So some people, this could be a very This could be a season of some lessons. It could definitely be a change, okay? It also says be bold and make the first move, that cardinal moon. So, you know, it's kind of giving me the energy of not being afraid to speak out, step out, take action. Fire is about action, right? Kind of passion, okay? Wands, I guess. Earth is more about action, but Aries takes action. Anyway, all right, let's see what else we got going on. 44. So you are highly protected, my love. All right, somebody loves you, somebody's protecting you in spirit. So I'm gonna pull a card from each of these. So the African Goddess deck for my Empresses, and then I'm gonna pull something here from the Divine Masters for my masculines. This deck, both of these decks had some good stuff. Oops, some good stuff last time we pulled them. All right, reevaluate, balance, trust. That is the energy of the third quarter moon. Yeah. Look, now I'm over here second guessing myself. Hold on. I am not here to be telling anybody anything wrong. Yeah. That's right. Third quarter moon. Then we go into the new moon. The moon is 3/4 of the way in shadow. All right. I don't think I have to do. Let's see. The message in the bottom of the box says, "You called upon the goddess, and the goddess called you. You are being called to bear witness to your own joy, magic, and power. Will you heed the call?" I don't think I've ever read that before. All right, Holy Spirit, what messages do we have for our best and highest good under this third quarter moon as we transition? I don't know how to say her name. There's this duality though. Sokuyant, scarcity. So this reminds me that inner child, you could be realizing that you grew up with a scarcity or poverty mindset from maybe what was going on around you, or maybe what our parents or other relatives or close family friends were doing. But like, look at her. You see that like sun and like moon energy. You also see this older woman behind her with the cane. You see this fire. A lot of fire here. This could be part of that releasing. I know for me, I've always been a dreamer, so I've always felt like I could have it all. However, I do know that I have probably made some decisions in my life where I've shown up for others more than I've shown up for myself. Maybe thinking or operating from an energy or a spirit of scarcity or lack, where I felt like if I did not show up for them in whatever moment, or I chose them over myself in whatever moment, that it could leave me feeling abandoned or rejected. I'll say that again. So our mindset of scarcity, or even a poverty mindset, where you don't think that you are worthy of abundance, or we think that we are not good enough for just being in our whole self, our whole full authentic self, where we will make decisions, whether it be what we say or the actions that we take, that are sacrificing ourselves because we don't believe that we're worthy in that moment. So we show up more for someone else because we have this wound of not just scarcity, but abandonment and or rejection. Where, like it was saying earlier about that inner child that felt like love was like a reward for doing something for someone or treating someone a certain way. We're going to read that. On the bottom of the deck is a Sasase Ya, which is joy. And she has a baby nursing on her bosom. Hopefully I can show that. I don't think I'm showing anything to the masses, but eventually we will. All right. I do want to try to say her name correctly. Sometimes this thing doesn't know how to pronounce stuff either. So let's see. Pronounce Soukouyan. Soukouyan. Let's see.
Soukouyan.
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 All right. Soukouyan. 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 Scarcity. Number 21, breaking down to a 3. So there's that balance. You know, I think of 3 as balancing mind, body, and spirit. That's my affirmation for the number 3. Let's see. And she definitely is showing that duality. Okay. I can share this as well. Maybe I didn't put something on my Instagram about duality. Learning to balance ourselves, you know, understanding that shadow can be a place of power when used correctly for our good and the greater good of all, honestly. But oftentimes it's easier to use it for bad. So most of us who aren't self-aware, the 95%, up to 95%, that could be not aware, could be using that ego for all the wrong reasons and manifesting bad for ourselves and for those, for others rather. All right. Soukouyan, shadow of scarcity, Trinidad diaspora, temple of shadows, element air, beauty by day and hag by night. The Soukouyan is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Old Hige and Boo Hag. Whether energy or blood, for vampires, there is never enough to go around. Soukouyan. Did I say that right? Soukouyan. Okay. Soukouyan's shadow guidance. You have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. The embodiment. Stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate. But scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? The Goddess Declaration, my blessings always overflow. Baby, you are in the right place at the right time. Believe that and believe in your power to show up for yourself and or for others in the moment, okay? Tap in the spirit, recognizing what's not in alignment with you, and respond. You do not have to react. Respond. From the wise old sage that you are, not reacting as this wounded child throwing a tantrum in the grocery store. Okay? I'm gonna read the embodiment again. Stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion. Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves. See that? This is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? Listen, gratitude is the attitude, okay? I preach that. We just came out of the season of Thanksgiving, okay? And oftentimes people can go in debt, lose their minds, unfortunately, at this time of year, right after being thankful, right? We go out, even Black Friday, right? We run out to the stores, spend money after we were just thankful for all these blessings and things like that. So believe that there is enough money to go around, because there is, okay? And somebody else getting it or receiving it is not your message or your warning that there's not enough for you. That's your signal that there's plenty more for you. If they can do it, you can do it. If they can achieve it and it's next to you, God is in the neighborhood, baby. Okay? Okay? That's how we have to understand that there are going to be people that will be attracted to our light and our abundance, that will be there to suck it away, to drain it. And there will be people that will be here that will be a part or attached to our or attracted to our light and abundance, that will be here to expand it and elevate it, because those resources come together to grow, not to suck away. Okay? And then with this woman on the bottom of the deck nursing this baby, the abundance is here. Oh, and look how she has the moons circling around her head, the moon phases. And this is 16 breaking down to a 7. So 7 to me is like divine, like intervention, divine timing. It could also possibly mean like completion, but I'm getting like a heavy timing kind of thing here, because of the phases of the moon cycle. Her and the baby's hair is made out of like trees, leaves. So it's like that connection to earth, where earth is famous for showing us transitions and timing. It just happens, right? And we just have to go with it. Babies come when they're ready, most of the time. That's in a perfect world, that's what we want to happen, but we know that things happen different ways or for different reasons. But I get like trusting that timing. I'm not going to read that card, but let me leave her out here. What's her name? Sukuyant. my goodness.
Suukuyund.
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 Su, like soup. S-O-U.
Suukuyund.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, we're going to leave her out here for a minute. We're going to go to this Divine Masters and get that masculine energy. Look, Melchizedek is still on the bottom. All right. There's definitely a balancing going on. Okay? Definitely a balancing going on. Be okay. Be intentional with that. Learning that we can never be too much of anything. You can never be too far left or too far right. Balance. You have to always learn how to know when to hold them and when to fold them. If you're too far, if you're always doing the same thing every single time, you're going to find yourself stuck in that energy. Either way. Okay? Either way. It always comes to a time where we have to shift. Shifts allow us to move into something else. Okay? We're not here for stuck, stagnant energy. Bruh. You gotta be kidding me. Melchizedek and Thoth out again. Masculine. I think there is an awakening. These masculines are waking up. We're so thankful that y'all are waking up. Ooh, keep going, boo. Okay, we love you. We love you. These two came out last time. Both of them. I just showed you Melchizedek on the bottom, and you saw me shuffle. Listen, I'm going to read these again. Cthulhu, initiatory experience, is on the bottom. Your current situation is initiating your gifts. So listen, don't be afraid to go through the fiery climax, okay? Don't be afraid to be divine. Divine masters, keepers of ancient wisdom, I call on you now. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I am willing to listen, and so it is. Calling. What's calling you? What's calling your soul? What's calling your spirit? What's speaking to your heart? What is the divine source telling you? Melchizedek, divine knowledge. Higher learning. Commit to your vision through study. Thoth, divine magic. The teacher awakens. The student becomes the master. He gives me like funkadelic energy. He reminds me of like a rock star, like a funk master. I said that last time, but that's who he was. He just looks like he should be on a stage. And Melchizedek has an aura around him as well. Okay, Melchizedek is a Bible character. Anyway, I'll read. Wow, look, flipped over to Jesus. I don't know why he looks like Tupac to me in this picture. All right, J.M. is after. Cthulhu is showing up again. Cthulhu. We're balancing our feminine and masculine energies in a lovely way. I'm excited. Melchizedek, divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. Melchizedek, whose name means King of Righteousness, is the first high priest mentioned in the Bible, the one who initiated all the heart teachers who came after him. He is mentioned in several Abrahamic texts, including the Dead Sea Scrolls, and also in the Kabbalistic text, the Zohar. He is an ancient gatekeeper of light who is dedicated to helping all those walking the spiritual path take the initiatory steps to align with the light. As the leader of a spiritual group called the Order of Melchizedek, a divine order of light beings, angels, and masters, including Archangel Michael and Jesus, who work in congregation to bring light and energy to the world. These beings are the keepers of Christ's light and Holy Spirit energy. Your message: you are being encouraged to dive into spiritual study. Don't skim the surface. Go deeper, for there's important information out there that will support you in taking your path and skills to the next level. There's a good chance that you may want to get out there with what you know, but the universe wants you to study a little more before taking a leap into the unknown. When you study, you demonstrate how committed you are to the spiritual path. And when you are committed, the universe will present you with opportunities that will take you further along the path and toward a feeling of fulfillment and purpose. If you're intending to work in a particular field, ask yourself if there's anything you need to read up on or study first. If so, or if something springs to mind, take note, as this is your first step. There's so much confirmation here. First of all, we might want to go read the Bible around the Order of Melchizedek. He might be in Genesis. I'll double check. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Come on, girl. Hey Siri. What books of the Bible speak on the Order of Melchizedek?
Okay.
Siri, what books of the Bible speak on the Order of Melchizedek?
Okay, I found this on the web for what books of the Bible speak on the Order of Melchizedek. Check it out.
It's not giving it to me. Hold on. I know where I can get it. My handy dandy Holy Bible app. He's in the Old Testament. I'm pretty sure he's in the Old Testament very early on. So I would say that this is confirmation. This is confirmation that it's a time. And we're back. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to read Thoth, but the masculine energies, divine masculines, are waking up, and that makes me happy. And just kind of being called back to their true, authentic selves, their divine light selves. But I just wanted to say with Melchizedek, the knowledge, king of righteousness. So that stood out to me for masculines, to just make sure that we're tapping into our heart space of righteousness, doing the right thing, having integrity, and being a priest, living in truth. Okay? So he initiated all the heart teachers, which is, I preach about that heart chakra healing. So that's a confirmation as well. And taking the initiatory steps. And then this guy who came out on the bottom, it says initiatory experience. So there's a new beginning that's happening, where you're being called to your light, and you're being surrounded by light beings, angels, masters, like I mentioned, including Archangel Michael and Jesus. So that's more confirmation of the season that we're in. Okay? Don't skim the surface. Go deeper. So there was a message not too long ago about like maybe spiritual practices that people may be doing that they don't really know what they're doing. Maybe something people have been doing since they were children, not really realizing that it was really like a burden or a curse. So go deeper into our spiritual learning, our spiritual path. That next level was something I was talking about earlier on, where we're clearing out so we can move up, making room for more. What else? Oh, then the universe will bring in opportunities. That's been the message a lot, as like that allowing, that receiving from God kind of energy. Oh, and then the spring. If so, or if something springs to mind, take note, as this is your next step. So the spring is going to be significant if we do what we're supposed to do during this season, okay? And we just got here in the winter. I'm not going to read Thoth, but I will put a link to the message where Melchizedek and Thoth came out. I believe it was the very last message, honestly. All right. So thank you, Spirit, for that. And I think we're gonna pull something quick, something that's usually pretty quick. Rumi will take a little while, but this Soul's Journey deck, which I really, really, really like. Let's see what comes out here, and then we'll wrap it up. Come on, talk to me. Uh-oh. We have failure, honesty, and balance. I believe honesty and balance came out before. On the bottom of the deck is envy. Oh, okay. Now you want to do a lot. Envy. I should have seen what that was, but it's all good. So failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Confirmation of learning. I'm also here to tell masculine energies to release the spirit of failure. Release. I'm telling you, we are clean, bruh. We are clearing. We are healing inner child wounds. We are clearing and healing codependency. And we are breaking generational curses. This right here is a generational curse. Okay? Which usually comes from childhood, especially in masculines. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Do not lie to yourself. Okay? That's that awareness. That's that self-awareness. Balance. I bring a state. This is what the third quarter moon is all about. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. All right, I'm going to read failure. Honesty and balance, I believe, were also in the last message. And then envy on the bottom of the deck. I might have read it last time because I think it came out. But I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. All right, so let's read failure. And then we'll close this out. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Life on Earth is full of experiences. It is our human brain that views outcomes as good or bad. The soul simply views them as chances to grow. Learn to see the big picture of life instead of the minutia. Failure to accomplish a task is merely the opportunity to evolve. And the negative connotation of the word failure can prevent you from trying again. You must come to the realization that there is no judgment involved with your soul's lessons. Realize that what you view as a failure is just your soul telling you that there is another path. Embrace the maxim, when one door closes, another one opens. It is a time for you to stop any negative emotional investment you have in the outcome. Revel in the knowingness that everything will reveal itself when it is meant to. No matter what, be true to your dream and the creative process. All right, I'm going to wrap this up here, but stay the course, be creative, show up from your heart space, okay? You don't have to be a punk. You don't have to be a pushover or passive. Show up from your heart space in the present moment. What is the best way for you to respond in the present moment, okay? So I think this is a message for the masculines, or even to the divine feminines who are balancing out our divine masculine, or just our masculine energy in general, where we're releasing the spirit of failure, okay? All right. I love you, but God loves you more. Always go within, so you never go without, like my favorites say. And until next time, hasta luego.